Hello everybody. Last week I talked about censorship, a lady, Elizabeth Gilbert, who had self-censored her own book because she didn't feel it was appropriate to publish. And so during the week, LinkedIn zapped one of my posts, removed one of my posts. And so censorship has been on my mind, and this time I was going to whinge about LinkedIn, but I thought that's probably not the right thing to do. But I did want to keep on the vein of how books get into the market and the difficulties some authors are faced with. And I wanted to use one example of a particular friend of mine. Going back to my time at Oxford, we were close friends, we studied together and played karate together. So I want to introduce his book. His book is The Salamander Tree. And it was published, I think, in 1990, 1990 by Hamish Hamilton Limited. Rob was a genius, a particular genius with the English language, and he spent years writing this book, which in its first draft I think approached nearly 1,000 pages. And he got the services of an agent whose name I won't mention, and all went well until the book hit the publishers, and Rob got a huge advance for a first author, which at the time was remarkable. Let me just read you the introduction to The Salamander Tree. Robert Clare, a writer in his 30s, is given a mysterious commission by interested parties to investigate the writings of an unnamed man. The search takes him to Paris, where he meets George Brudelman and reads Brudelman's monograph on occult art. He finds out about the 16th century magician and spy Bartholomew de Gallac, and of a mysterious painting, Bartholomew's Commission. It's a remarkable book. It has enormous depth, and the language used in it is equally remarkable. Rob has written several other books since. So Rob is an enormously talented person, but he struggled because he didn't want to compromise with the publisher, and he fell out with his agent. And The Salamander Tree, although it was published, never really went anywhere. You can get copies on Amazon, but it never got the attention that it deserved. Why? Because the traditional publishers simply didn't like him standing up for himself, and so they didn't push his book. And I think it may not be a form of censorship, but it's a serious issue related to how books get into the market. And so then we're left with, what else can you do? Well, you can do what I do, which is work with a very tiny new publisher here in Thailand and largely self-publish my own books on Amazon and push them through social media like LinkedIn, and I write on Medium. I have a page on Medium. So there are two ways to go, and in future episodes of this YouTube channel, I'll talk about the ins and outs of the various routes so that you can get your book into the market, because there's no point in writing something unless you simply want to do it for yourself. But if you want other people to read your book, then you've got to get it out into the market. And that's a whole different challenge for you to do. And you can see that somebody like Robert Lipscombe, who remains a remarkable writer, nevertheless was faced with serious obstacles for his major work. So we'll talk about that in future episodes. If you like this episode, hit like, please subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.